All right, Casey, entertain the masses. I'm realizing I'm a dumbass.
Why? Nice.
I ain't got no ears
That's good.
or no laptop camera on,
That's good.
but you know,
Culture.
I had a panic rush.
And Christian's here.
Yes, Christian's here.
Mm.
Can be sometimes. Anyways, what have you been up to?
Nothing.
Nothing. What's your answer for every week? It's always nothing. Just sitting around working. Nothing.
That's
nothing interesting happened at work. Nothing.
That's my life, man. We didn't kick anybody out this week, so nothing interesting happened.
Oh, that's sad.
We should open up like a backdoor fight club or something. Come smoke and fight.
You do the American Dad thing with the hobo fights.
Mm-hmm. No, unclassed fighting. You know, just straight up brawl.
No class, just
no weight class, nothing. Just,
was it Fight Club style?
Yeah, no rules, just straight up. Come beat somebody up.
That's looking better. Look at that, dialed in.
The delay on that was intense.
It's about 10 seconds for the delay, so I mean, we're working on it.
That question is for Kevin. Booze. Hang on, now I gotta adjust.
No, I'll have to look for it, Christian. I haven't seen it yet. I didn't even hear about it yet till just now.
I'm sure Lane can find it for you.
I'm sure Lane could find majority of everything for him.
There we go.
I'm gonna text Cameron real quick to let him know that I'll have him on shortly.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, I saw that.
He can set up for disappointment.
I'll grab mine when I'm setting up and all that and getting things ready. While you guys entertain the masses instead of, listening to me babble on about God knows what.
How often do you do this?
This podcast happens once a week on Tuesdays, roughly about 9 o'clock. We try to be on time. Sometimes, people are here. We get a little busy. Lose track of time.
Who makes it, Christian?
That's what we do.
That's what I want to
You
know.
have a pretty good audience?
During the lives, not so much, but there was a question, do we have a pretty good audience? During the live shows, not so much. It's about, it'll fluctuate anywhere between 7 to 24 people, but only 4 regulars really stay on the whole time. And then, we've gotten a few. We're moving slowly. We're plucking away. No, there's Lane. He can entertain the masses, too.
Hey, don't badmouth the cigar reviews. They do well.
Hey. All right, Lane.
Hey, we like some of the comments on there. Usually the bad ones. We make fun of them.
Hey. Oh, Lane, you're here now.
Yes, what? Oh, the 250 by Green River?
Oh, is it Green River?
What he said. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's Green River.
Is Green River good?
Yeah, Green River does. So they're doing a ton of contract distilling for a bunch of people. They're doing a good job. They're part of, so they were stumbling a little bit, and then they got bought by Bardstown, and now they're doing a pretty good job.
Oh, it's Bardstown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it was the other way around. Green River bought Bardstown. No, I think Bardstown bought Green River.
Oh, okay. Either way.
Let's see. Let's look it up, shall we?
While you're here, what did the ocean say to the beach?
No idea, Casey.
Nothing. It just waved.
You're a schmuck.
My grandma told me that joke. Fuck off.
Okay, pretty standard except for the label. 4 to 7 years. It's probably a lot like their standard issue mash bill.
Oh, okay.
$49.
$49 should be $50.
Sexy looking label.
What is it? Wow.
It's cool. I like it. If you don't see it, Christian, I'm sure we will. I will
Sweet.
make sure we get you some. What's going on? What's Kevin's deal? I mean, I was late pouring bourbons, I guess. So.
What?
Yeah. Casey, what are you smoking?
Rocky Patel.
What are you smoking next?
Illusion.
Which one?
OD Maduro. What?
You stole my cigar.
What are you smoking?
Popcorn.
Well, then I didn't steal your cigar. What do you, you liar. Were you going to smoke them, Daryl? Is that what?
The other cigar I have is Maduro. Different size, I'm guessing. You have the Gordo, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got the Corona Gordo. Because it's the perfect size. I don't know if you know this, but it's the perfect size.
Sean says, sexy looking label is a weird way to enter.
What are you going to do, Sean? Sometimes it happens. Boy, Kevin's really flustered over there.
He still has that peanut butter jalapeno bullet in his bar. So
Jesus H. Christ.
Well,
How did you not dump that out when you were there?
Logan keeps bringing it over.
Sean, would you smack Logan next time he brings that over? That's just terrible. All right. I'm going to wait to go over the bourbons until Kevin figures his shit out. What's going on in the world? We had some summits. You don't care?
What kind of summits?
I don't know, between presidents, apparently.
Was it?
Trump doing Trumpy things.
I heard it was like, first it was like in Alaska, and it was like, yeah.
I mean, I get
you need to knock your shit off, and then apparently when they got back to Washington, it was like, so here's the thing, I think you should just give up this territory. It'll be fine.
I mean, it was closed door, yeah, so no one really knows what happened. But I love it because, like, I really like Trump with the media generally, obviously. But they come out and they're like, obviously Putin folded Trump over a table. And you're like, did he, though? Like, I don't know that for sure. I don't know who was there. Also, that doesn't seem like a position that Trump at his age can get into.
Have we tried to offer, like, Greenland? I think that would solve the problems if we just said, you want Greenland instead?
I think that's an amazing idea.
Why not?
Listen, so what we
similar
can't
size territory.
we can't offer you any of Ukraine, but
Yeah.
Canada's getting a little squirrely.
Here's the thing.
We're interested in new neighbors.
So,
That's going to get me in trouble.
Greenland.
What we're looking for, we're trying to upgrade our hat.
What about what's that one? Saskatchewan. We get off for Saskatchewan.
The god of peace. Did Bowman really just say that?
I don't know what's going on over there.
Oh yeah, Cambodia is all Trump all the time now. Save us from the crazy ties. We don't even know what they want.
What did Lance say about Yeah.
I told you it's going to get me in trouble.
See, he's on board. They can have Saskatchewan. It's fine. Look, you can't have Ukraine, but Saskatchewan, he's all yours. Have fun. I'm surprised.
I don't think John's going to be your friend anymore. Isn't that in the middle, though?
I don't know. It's somewhere where they have some kind of milky, creamy fish and muckluck.
I think they'd be happy with the ends and just a bridge that crossed over.
A bridge?
Yeah.
A bridge over the river Atlantic?
No. over the bridge. What's the middle of Canada? I don't even know.
The middle?
Yeah.
No, that's what it's called. The middle.
That's where Sean's from. Sean, what is that called? You can keep it. Russia can build a bridge from the coast.
You want them to build a bridge over?
Yeah. It'll be perfect.
They got ice fishing in Quebec.
Manitoba. There you go.
No, wait. We can't allow Russia anywhere near Sudbury. That's just not going to happen. Sudbury's like dead in the middle. That's not going to happen.
I feel like that would be one of those landlocked nations. They could be their own country.
Bowman.
Manitoba. Yeah, that's what I said. The middle. Manitoba.
Get a map, he says.
You hear us?
Vegas.
Said Vegas. That's right.
You hear us?
I can.
I hear random artifacts of noise. That must be Cameron's microphone.
Yeah, usually that's it.
Yeah.
That would be me.
So,
in
Cameron,
given
where were you?
Schenectady.
What super important task did you have last week that definitely wasn't jail that you couldn't make the podcast?
Dale.
It was jail.
Check-ins.
Oh God, I used to hate like the trains would run late and you'd have like the 3:45 in the morning check-in. Those were the bane of my existence.
Sleeping behind that desk, dude. Oh my God. That makeshift desk that we created, or
Dude.
you guys created, really, and I got to sleep behind.
People over the years have asked, like, why did you sell the hostel? Because I hated it. Well, what part of it did you hate? All of the things.
You were very much. I will never forget being there with you in the in the beginning, and you just hating life, dude. Also having to deal with my absolutely belligerent ex. I'll never forget the first day that we got there. It was like 2 or 3 hours into into being there. Lane was nice enough to put us both up in because we were living out of a motorhome at the time. And Lane was nice enough to put us up for a couple nights at his apartment in Santa Barbara, which now would probably be like $25,000 a week.
Oh
But,
yeah, that apartment now it's got to be at least $3,500 a month.
Yeah, dude. And it was a nice enough apartment, but yeah. So she gets there. I immediately, as I always do, I drive in, get out of the motorhome. And immediately there's a paintbrush in my hand and I'm doing shit. You know what I mean? Like it's time to get to work. Like we've been driving for like 6 hours from I guess it was like 3 hours from Kettleman. And I like immediately start doing stuff. And she's like, well, why don't we get a break or whatever? And I'm like, look, we're here to work. Like that's what we came here to do. Mind you, I have nobody's promised me anything at this point. Aside from the fact that I can park my motorhome, my fucking shitty 1971 Dodge motorhome that I bought off of my buddy Pat.
Yeah, this was literally like, come down, help out. You can park. I mean, do whatever. Like, this was like, hey, take some time to figure yourself out. I don't care. Right?
Yeah. It was just a place where I could be. Like a place where I could exist unfettered, uninterrupted, as long as I would just help out and do whatever was necessary around the place, you know?
Yeah,
so
because
we get there.
My partner at the time, my business partner at the time, delinquent though he was, I didn't know that, was even more delinquent because he was still in Australia.
I didn't know that either. And I hadn't even seen Scott in I don't even know how long since I had blocked off half a movie theater for him.
Not Scott. The great
the other
EP.
one. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was still flying satellites for a foreign government.
Yeah.
At the time. And so I got there and Lane was very much on an island. There was a very lonely Lane that was there dealing with what literally looked like a very badly built office building inside of a 1922 grandma's home.
That's exactly right.
I mean, it was like when I got there, I expected to see a hostel, you know, like what do you see in that movie where they butcher everybody?
Yeah, no. We weren't even there yet.
No,
we weren't even ready for homicide.
No, we weren't ready for blatant murders. I just remember walking into the building and being like, "Oh, this is gonna be interesting. I wonder what Scott's crazy vision is gonna be for this thing." And so, but yeah, I just get out, grab a paintbrush, and she proceeds to completely flip out. Why don't we take a break? We should have time. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, just go to Lane's house. She flips out. She's drunk, screaming at me. She leaves, and Lane looks at me out front of the hostel, and I can't remember exactly how you said it. Do you remember how you said it?
I do not.
You looked at me and you were like,
it was a banger.
you were just like, I just remember you looking at me and you were like, no. And I was like, man, I don't know, my hands are tied here. And you were like, look, either that fucking thing goes or you both go. But either way, she's going, man. Like, I'm not dealing with this ungrateful idiot from Tahoe that is just down here. Like what in the hell is wrong with her? And I'm like, man, I don't know. Blah 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 blah. Just give her a chance. She's really good. Lane's like, all right, fine, whatever. So I had to like snap her into work, and then came along the great Marco. You remember Marco?
Yeah.
He was the guitar player for the Ataris. Oh, how the mighty had fallen by the time that we came across him. That guy, the only thing he was worse at than playing guitar in the Ataris was painting anything and keeping his mouth shut when it came to just ruthlessly hitting on chicks and saying that he was Lane.
Hold on. Oh my God, that killed
is
me.
Lane, right?
That was so bad. But I want to step back just a little bit, Cameron, because if you rewind all the way to your first day at the hostel, and I just want to say this about your ex.
You want?
Nailed it. Like, wasn't wrong in the slightest.
No, trust me, dude. When I was sitting when I was sitting in a dingy, just absolutely filthy hotel room that was the only place I could stay under the radar for like $50 a month, I think, or $75 a month, above a pool hall named Krusty's, and I had 20 baht, which is 70 cents to my name, which I refused to spend. I remember thinking back, yep, good show, Lane.
Yeah.
Good show.
Wait, hang on. I want to know about this guy who was pretending to be you to hit on women.
I want to know that too.
For the record, I didn't have any idea until a complaint about the creepy owner showed up. And I'm like, I wasn't there. And that doesn't strike me as Cameron's style.
Maybe as a joke.
No, dude, no. I'm sitting there. Okay, so I'm standing on the back steps, which eventually became a deck, which eventually became a not deck again later because of the city. But I'm painting with Marco, right? And these girls come in, and they were from the Netherlands. And, you know, there's probably in their early 20s, pretty girls, usual stuff at a hostel, right? Which I guess I'm used to. And you would think that the guitar player for the Ataris might be used to something like that too, but didn't seem like it. And they like walk by, and I'm like, oh, hello. And they're like, hello, in their weird little accents. And then he just proceeds to just, dude, what was the name of that character in... He was just so slimy, dude. Like the way he came up, he was like, "Hey, so what do you think of my hostel?" and they were like, "Oh yeah, it's nice." And they're like trying to go inside, and he's just like, "Yeah, you know, it's pretty cool owning a hostel in Santa Barbara. You know, if you want to come hang out later, I know everybody in town, and you know, we can go have some drinks." And they're like, "Oh, we're meeting with some friends later," and he's like, yeah, no big deal, you know. And somehow it did come down to that he was in this band called the Ataris, which, of course, these 20-year-old girls had no idea what the hell it was.
What are the Ataris?
That sounds like something Lane would say for sure.
You're right?
Yeah.
It's definitely my
It's
style.
like, it's like, what is an Atari?
A video game.
Oh man! So he just keeps going, and then the next thing I know, he just follows them into the hostel, and I'm still standing out back, and I'm holding 2 paintbrushes, and I'm just like, what the man? And so I'm like double painting, right? I'm
He
like
Mr.
doing
Miyagi'd
Marco's
you.
job. Yeah, he definitely did, Mr. Miyagi. But yeah, so then the next thing I know is that Lane comes in. Lane calls me in a very serious tone, pretty early in the morning. I'm out back in my shag wagon, as it were. And I'm like, oh no, Lane's calling. I answer the phone, and he's like, hey man, I'm going to come down. We need to have a talk. and I'm like, what in the hell could I possibly have done at this point? All I've done is just do something. And then I was like, wait, hold on. Maybe he wants out. That was my thought. And so I told my ex, I was like, I think he might be coming down to say he's going to leave the partnership, which is going to leave us back on the road probably with barely, because this, mind you, at this point, this is only like a week in, and there's been no discussion of what I'm going to make. Do you know what I mean? Like there was no hourly rate discussion. There was nothing. It was, for all I knew, it was just I was working for a parking space. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, if Lane's out, then trust me, they're going to throw us out. And she's like, well, so you took me from Tahoe and you ruined my life and you drug me all the way down here. And, you know, what am I? I'm just going to take the train and go home and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, God, I can't handle this right now. There's already enough on my plate. I got to go paint the front part of the front desk. I'm just going to continue on like one foot after the other, you know? So Lane comes in and he's like, yeah, man. So I worked a deal for you. If you want it, I figure you probably do. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, Eric's gonna buy me out, and you're gonna get my half of the partnership. And you know, and then you just pay Eric back. And I'm like, dude, I don't have any money. Like, and I have no friends with money. I have no family with money. I'm never gonna be able to. And you're like, no, it's okay. You can just pay it back out of your salary and out of your you know, commissions. And I was like, really? And so he gave me the deal. And then I was like, yeah, I got to go talk to my ex because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Let the world know I'm an idiot because I should never have even thought to go talk to the ex because nobody offered her anything.
I mean, just as long as you know that now.
Oh, I had plenty of night in Thai prison to think about that. And dude, so I go back to her and she's like, what? Why would anybody want to do that? That's just going to lock us in here. And then what are we going to do with our lives? And I'm like, I don't know, make money? Like a lot of it, probably. And I can't believe I sat there and had to talk her into doing this, right? But then I asked Lane, I'm like, why, you know, pray tell, why are you leaving?
Why do I not want to be here anymore?
Well, and you said something akin to, I don't know, everything. And I hate reviews. And I was like, well, what review are you talking about? And you're like, there's that fucking review on there about saying that the owner's a scumbag, man, and that he's here for the chicks. And I'm just not. That's just not me. And I'm like, dude, that wasn't you. and I was like, that wasn't you, man. That was Marco. And you're like, dude, at this point, I don't give a fuck. I'm leaving. And I was like, okay, well, all right. And then
Fucking Shark
I
Tank.
became a hostilier.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I've never watched Shark Tank. I should though. But yeah, that was the great story of the Marco. And he ended up being a festering little piece of shit that I had to deal with on multiple different occasions, all the way through to when we took over the De La Vina house. And because Marco was such a weird little weasel of a man. I hope he watches this someday and curses my name. Not as much as I hope that DJ Khalid or whatever his dumbass name is watches this show and understands that I fucking hate terrible DJs with fake scratch bitch.
We still haven't tagged him in any of these videos. We should.
I can't figure out how to. I'll try. I mean, that would be so. I'll tell you what, DJ Khalid. I'll meet you at Hot Ones, sucker, and we'll take it on. We'll take on the Wings of Death.
He's never going back to Hot Ones.
He ain't doing that.
All right. Well, I mean, maybe I'll go to some shitty Indian restaurant in North Hollywood and I'll find him there.
He lives in Miami.
Oh, I don't know.
He
Why the
lives
fuck
in
would
Florida.
I know where that fat
You
bastard
should know
lives?
where your enemies live. Lane knows where Jared Leto is at any point in time.
I do not.
He knows where
Jared
Lane is at any point in time. That's the difference.
He doesn't know who I am.
I'm telling you, man. He does.
You want to know what he remembers? He's like, there was this jackass that threw me.
I promise
club.
you that he knows. He tells the story. Okay, you will live on in infamy in Jared Leto's mind.
Back when we were starting 30 Seconds to Mars, we were playing shitty college bars, and I ran into this bar manager.
Exactly. Look, we can drive down for the premiere of Tron Ares, catch him on the red carpet, and be like, and he'll look at you and go, "You're the fucking asshole that kicked me." So, bro.
Dude, I just remember being in that moment, staring at Jared Leto, and realizing that I was about to throw him out of my bar. Like, because you're not crazy. I still answer to the owner of the bar. and I'm hearing it like in the back of my voice. I'm like, this is about to happen. Is this a good idea? And then he said something stupid, and it just happened. I'm like, yeah, get out.
And you're done.
Time to go.
It became
I
a
can
really good
imagine
idea.
To me, it looks like that moment in Fight Club where Jack's on the top of him, just pounding the shit out of his face. It's like, I wanted to breathe smoke. You know? I wanted to kill every panda that wanted to fuck to save it, that wouldn't fuck to save its species or whatever. That's like the Lane moment with Jared Leto in the bar.
No, it's the Kill Bill scene where it's just, they just eye contact and that song.
You know when I knew I was okay? I can tell you when I knew I was okay. The look in his security, his personal, like his private bodyguard's voice, or like in his eyes. He saw me, like I looked at him when I did that, and he was so annoyed, and it wasn't me that he was annoyed with. I'm like, oh, he's just that guy. I'm good.
This has happened before.
Not the
Oh,
first time.
It's like the same as the Tio Alberto's burrito girl boyfriend who, I have a news story that's very similar to that.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
So I've been hosting open mics for 10 years. Part of that was because I needed money. Now it's not, luckily. But the open mic this
Christian.
last Friday.
Christian's doing free marketing photos of our swag. Hold real quick. I'll cut you off. Open mic night. Hold on to that thought. Christian, we just got a new batch. I'll send you some photos of the patches. I'll send you some more when I send you your little goodie bag.
Cameron just wishes he could have a goodie bag.
Yeah, you know what? If it cost me less than $500 to ship something to Cambodia, he could.
American?
Yeah, don't they do?
So there's
You can do the shipping. It's
is-
like $80 on a ship. You send a bunch of stuff.
There is a guy coming here, my brother Trevor. It's one of his good buddies from Fire Academy who lives in Minden, and he's coming to Cambodia in October. So if I send him up to the cigar shop,
Yeah.
he could grab some stuff for me and also possibly be on the podcast. He would be an interesting guy to interview.
Yeah,
He's
we can set that up.
longtime firefighter. That would be cool. Really funny guy too. He'd be good on the pod, and he knows a lot about my family and the other side of my family, my brother's side of the family, another crazy side of our family, but in a much more fun way. They're the fun ones. They're like the fun people. But yeah, so I'm at the open mic and playing, just doing the thing. I have like a bass player up there and a drummer. Everybody's having a good time. Bar's packed, right? And you guys know how these events go. They're an open mic. It's supposed to be fun, right? Everybody's having a good time. So this chick, go ahead.
I've never been in an open mic night and thought, this is really a good time.
Yeah, usually I'm always
Well,
like,
sir.
I guess I lost a bet. This is punishment.
Well, sir, apparently you've never been to one of moi open mics, okay?
If it's anything like this
uh,
podcast, I don't need to go.
Got him.
all four of our viewers, yeah. But hey, just like this podcast, I have a dedicated audience. But
What, Josephus?
No, himself in a mirror.
mine are more like Christian, probably. But yeah, so I'm there up there playing, and this girl comes up, and I just got on stage, and mind you, I'm only on stage if I have to be because there's nobody else to play a guitar or whatever. But
Oh, so it's
So I
actually
get
not
on.
that fun.
Well, yeah, if you're watching me, definitely not that fun. But
Come share
the,
Cameron's misery. He'll get you drunk.
Indeed. Actually, I'll tell you about what I had to do to fix that part later. I had to stop playing such sad songs. But the
You do have in your catalog, there is a fair collection of really, really tragic songs. Not that they're bad, like musically bad. They're definitely emotive, but maybe not when you're trying to let people have a good time at a bar.
yeah, I mean, it's just me and my bottle. Probably not the best song to sing at a bar.
No, not at all.
It's like all talking about how fucking alcohol is destroying my life or whatever.
He looks out and like half the crowd is crying. And he's like, I don't understand what happened.
Why me?
It's because they all forgot the earplugs.
Hold on real quick.
And he disappears.
Yep.
I mean, it's nice every once in a while. Quiet.
Silence do good.
Peaceful silence. Silence. Duke. I don't really think that applies here.
All right, Lane. Did you already go over what whiskeys we're drinking?
I did not.
Well, this is
I
a good
was
time.
waiting for you. All right, the warm-up whiskey. Whiskey number 1.
Yes.
Weller 12 here.
Weller 12 year.
Yep.
There's a weird taste with this cigar.
Allocation. It's weeded, so that's
Yeah.
going to happen. We're going to have it anyway.
Yeah.
Middle bourbon, obviously mystery. Don't know. Weller 12 year SRP somewhere around 75-ish.
That's not
$1
bad.
million.
Whiskey number 3, the Larceny Barrel Proof, also weeded because, why not have a theme?
Because you're cruel.
Middle whiskey, no idea.
All right. So
Even off the smell, I couldn't tell you what it is.
The middle one?
Yeah, they're kind of similar to the other 3. Them 2. This one's number 1's a little sweeter.
Yeah, wheat whiskeys typically are sweeter than regular whiskeys.
Number 3's not as sweet,
number 2's got a little smoky flavor to it.
does it?
A little bit.
Does it? I get
If you
I
go 1 to 2, it's
I get a fair amount of like red fruit in number 2.
there's also some medicinal purposes for sure.
See, number 1 is like number 2, but with the wheat funk.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but
They're not dissimilar.
they are close.
I tell you, it's not. I don't think it's over 100.
Number 2.
Yeah.
I mean, Weller 12.
Yeah,
Weller 12
Weller.
is really smooth.
Weller 12's like 100, right?
I hate using the word smooth, but it just goes down so easy. It's like the most crushable aged whiskey out there.
Man,
God, I hate that song.
You
It just got
breathe
stuck
like
in my
somebody
head.
out of shape.
What's that?
Yeah, easy there, Darth Vader.
It's because I just ran. I had to run and go get something,
I
and then
can't
came
breathe. I can't breathe. Sea level.
back. I'm actually not on sea level, but
No. How high are you?
no, not that high.
I didn't think so.
I was about to say, if what comes out of your mouth next is like 93 feet, I'm going to be pretty disappointed.
I'm in the Highlands, bro.
It's 100. It's 100.
Minus
yeah,
a couple
so-
feet.
I'm up there, and this woman comes in, and I'm just about to play a song, and right as I hit the first chord, she just walks up and it's like,
Free bird.
"Hello, you need to play. You need to play. You need to play right now. You need to play Led Zeppelin for me now."
Oh my
And
God,
I'm
I
like-
thought it was going to be the Eagles.
Oh yeah.
I just hate the fucking
Okay.
Eagles, man.
So to be fair, if this was the Eagles, this story would have panned out very differently because I would have been much more angry. But, because as my religion states, I hate the fucking Eagles, man.
Yeah.
But,
Get out of my peaceful cab.
So she's like, "You need to play the Led Zeppelin now." And I was like, "I'm sorry, I don't. This is an open mic. I don't know any Led Zeppelin." And she's like,
That's sad.
"What you mean you don't know any Led Zeppelin? You play Led Zeppelin. My 2 parents, they just died today. They die." And I'm like, "Oh God." Like, this is not, and the mic, everybody can hear this on the mic, right? Everybody's having a good time drinking. It's like, "My parents, they both just die." And I'm like, "Oh fuck, how do I mitigate this disaster?" So luckily, this guy that's in the audience is like, "I can play Led Zeppelin." I'm like, "Cool. I think everything's over, right?
No.
Everything must be over."
Tisn't.
So dude gets up, plays Led Zeppelin. Absolutely, does a great job. The girl cries, she dances. All right, been pacified. The whole situation. Yay! Hooray for dude with the long hair who's in his 60s that knows Led Zeppelin.
Right?
Thank you,
Tragedy
man.
mitigated. Everything's good. Service recovery has been executed perfectly.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, right? It's the fire is out, and so I get back up on stage and go to play my first chord, and boom, she's in my face again, and she's like, "Hey, I want you. You must play now. Play Alan Parsons." And I'm like, I'm sorry, miss. I don't know Alan Parsons. And she's like, "What, you piece of shit musician? You don't know any fucking Alan Parsons. Everybody know Alan Parsons." And I was like,
Did you offer Jethro Tull?
dude. So I'm like, look, I don't know Alan Parsons. As I said before, she's like, "No, you know Alan Parsons. You play Alan Parsons now."
Right now.
And I was like, I don't know Alan Parsons, dude. It keeps going on. And she's like, "Why you not know Alan Parsons?" And I'm like, "Maybe because I'm too young." Okay. That was probably not the smartest thing I could have said in that given scenario. There's like, I'm really sorry about your parents. There's Alan Parsons is really great. He's too good and I don't know how to play him. No, instead I said, maybe I'm just too young. That did not make this woman very, very happy. So she starts to flip out. She steps in between, puts her hand in my face, steps in between me and the bass player, right in the middle of the stage. And he steps back with his bass, and he's got his bass like this, blocking him. And she's like, dude, you know how to play Alan Parsons. My family, they die. Now, this has been going on again now. By this point, it's about 2 minutes. The first time was about 4. So everybody that we had just got one back is starting to go like, I don't know about this place, right?
This place sucks.
You had him for a minute, and then it was ruined.
Yeah. And so she keeps going on, man. And then she's like, this fucking asshole, he said he don't know Alan Parsons, and he will not play for me. And I'm like, miss, this is an open mic. We're not a band. We're not like I've never met this guy before. I don't even know who he is.
Has entered the chat.
Nice. I can't see, my computer's dead, but
I'm not going to say that, but you know.
Oh, fair enough. I'll read it later. But she goes off, and then I'm like, after about 5 more minutes of me being cool, trying to get her off stage, I'm finally like, miss, you were standing in the middle of the stage during a show, ruining everybody's night. And she turns around and she's like, fuck you, piece of shit, loser, motherfucker. And I'm like, this is all on the microphones, dude. There's 2 microphones up there.
I don't know why anybody would have left for this.
Dude, people start cashing out. The place went half dead. And so I'm just standing there, and the girl's flipping out, and Daz, who's the chef, comes out, and because I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to, like, this isn't my bar. I'm just hosting the open mic, right? And Daz grabs her, and she's like screaming at me. She's like, you know what? You fucking piece of shit. I can tell by your face you never lose anybody. You don't know what it is to have family and lose them. You know nothing. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, first off, the irony of the situation is this just so happens to be the 5th year anniversary of my father's death, of my Pop Perry passing away. This moment.
Yeah, but you can't get into who's the bigger victim in that situation.
So
there was nowhere.
No, you just turn it into a comedy session and beat her down until she leaves.
It was already a comedy session.
So here's what I decided to do. Yeah, no, I couldn't. I mean, also, it just made me think to myself, like, well, A, this isn't the place where you should be mourning anybody's death. You should be drinking alone in your house. But I was like, you know what? I think I have a solution for this. And I look over at the bass player, and she's screaming, still trying to punch me she's trying to punch me in the face, like full on swinging, almost hits the mic. And I look at him, and I'm like,
want to go back.
What?
You should be doing the righteous thing and suffering your misery in solitude.
yeah, exactly. But I'm like sitting there, and she's still swinging at me, still calling me a piece of shit, loser, fucking all the different names. And I look at the bass player, and I'm like, all right, I got it. Let's play Knocking on Heaven's Door. And so we start playing Knocking on Heaven's Door, dude. And oh my God, I was not ready for the fury that came next from this woman, dude. Shit starts getting thrown at me. Fucking Daz is wrestling her out of the bar. It was so comical, dude. And then she gets thrown out of the bar, and one of the other guys that's a musician that hangs out, he goes and helps throw her out. And they throw her out down this alley next to the bar. And right where they throw her out, she turns around, and the first thing she sees is 2 dogs just fucking boning in the back. And everybody at the bar just starts laughing because these dogs are like, and she's like, ah, why? Disgusting. Ah. It was just like the most Knocking on Heaven's Door playing in the background, her crying over her parents, dogs banging in the background while the whole bar's laughing. Yeah, T.L. Alberto's moment.
So which one of these girlfriends was yours?
So what I'm gonna
have a comeback.
What I'm gonna need, Cameron, is you to write a movie with a female anti-hero, and that's her closing scene.
All right, I'm in. Oh, speaking of movies, dude. Oh Casey, I don't know if you've seen this thing. I don't even know what it's called. It's so bad. But yesterday, I come in and Adele, the Monstralian, sorry, is in the bedroom, and she's like watching some movie, and I'm like, I just took a couple of hits of reefer, right? So I'm like coming inside, and I'm like, oh, and all I hear is this like really bad soundtrack and like teenagers screaming, and I'm like, are you watching a horror slasher flick? And she's like, I don't know what it is. It's some horror movie thing. And I'm like, okay, well, right on. So I'm like going and I try to watch this. Oh man, I don't know how like you ever just look at something and you just go, money laundering.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other reason that this ever gets to the screen. Somebody wanted to have sex with the girl. She wanted to be in a horror movie. A friend of theirs
And magic
wanted
was made.
some money. A friend of theirs wanted some money to get out of Mexico.
Yeah.
And now we have this horrible steaming pile of a fucking movie that literally made. Okay, so it's one thing to be a shitty horror movie. We love that, right? Evil Dead, you know.
Almost.
So
I mean, we're being honest. Almost all of them.
Every horror movie is a shitty horror movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty
they
much.
have to
I
be
don't know.
campy.
Nightmare on Elm Street is pretty. The concept of Nightmare on Elm Street, if you really think about it, the idea of not being able to fall asleep, that was scary.
No,
I thought
a
that
lot
was
of them
pretty
are
good.
terrifying. But if you really boil them down, they're all pretty bad.
Yeah, like let's be fair.
Yeah, there's not many academies going to horror flicks like House of a Thousand Corpses or whatever. But this movie, I don't know. So it's like, okay, so the kids they're going to look for this girl's dead sister or supposedly disappeared sister, and they find this entrance to a town that's sunk into the ground because of a mining accident that happened. And they wander into it, and then they get caught up, and there's these monster things, and then they all die. And then you're like, okay, well, that was a good short horror movie. That was pretty funny. They all died horribly. It was extremely gory, and I'm glad that every single terrible actor and actress in this movie is already dead.
But no, there's more.
Exactly. So then, all of a sudden, they're back in the same room, but they have no memory, and they don't know how they got there. They know who they are. They know each other. They know everything up until the point before they got to this room, but they don't know anything else. And then they go through the whole house again, and each one of them gets killed again.
Oh, is it before dawn?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
They crawl out of a grave at the end of it.
Yeah, I think you're talking about or Until Dawn or something like that.
Yes. So this movie, it has to be one of the worst Evil Dead ripoffs I've ever seen in my life, for
Yes,
one.
it is Until Dawn.
Evil Dead is hilarious for one reason, and it works for one reason only, and that is Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi together, my friends.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's it.
say it's Bruce Campbell.
That's Bruce Campbell. Yeah.
If you have no Bruce Campbell, there is no Sam Raimi. There is no entire genre of film. That movie is so bad that without Bruce Campbell, doing this whole thing, like you've got nothing.
That was the greatest bad impersonation of Bruce Campbell I've ever heard. It was literally two grunts.
Bruce Campbell 101, man.
Yeah, dude.
Bruce Campbell,
So
higher
I'm-
pitched Stallone. That's all it is.
True. Oh man, I mean, so to be fair, if you took any one of the main characters out of that film, or main actors out of the role, and put Bruce Campbell in it, immediate
It
gold.
would have been amazing.
I would have watched it a million times.
Yeah.
But we're watching these like supposed teenage kids that are obviously in their late 20s. And none of them know how to act, and there's no reason to care about any of them. Like they don't give you any. There's no story in this thing that makes any There's no explanation as to why it's before dawn or until dawn. There's no explanation as to what the whole point of the thing is. There's no explanation as to. Meanwhile, you have the girl who's this heroic girl who somehow ropes three of her friends into going to find her sister, who she supposedly cares about, and then when she finds her sister, she fucking kills her immediately. and then she gets, when she kills her sister, she also falls on a pickaxe which goes directly into her sternum about that deep, and she pulls herself off and is just like, oh no, well, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of this shithole alive. And then again, Bruce Campbell is telling that line, gold.
So
29-year-old fucking nobody's washed up fucking ex-porn star? Nah, not buying it.
listen, the movie did do one thing right. It got you to sit all the way through and watch it.
Hey,
No,
hey, wait,
that was
no,
the monster.
hang on.
Both of them.
Hang on. Still better than those 3 Star Wars movies
Oh, yeah.
that came out.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. And to be fair, it was the Monstralian that did. And beyond that, I was lucky enough to walk in halfway through the movie, because if I had been there from the beginning, because I can't stand the whole, like, okay, if we want to talk about ones that were done reasonably well, there's like Edge of Tomorrow. Not bad. The whole starts again thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Live, die,
But
repeat.
even, yeah, I mean, even when Rick and Morty did it for one episode, it annoyed the shit out of me. It's just lazy writing, and I don't. It's like, oh, okay, so the whole thing is, oh wow, it just repeats, but a little bit different each time.
Well, the best one
Well,
was
this is a lot like
Groundhog's Day.
Well,
Well, no, see, that's brilliant though.
why I said
Groundhog
it's the
Day was
best one.
amazing.
Yeah.
But no. But this is a lot like, I mean, it's, lazy writing tools across the board, right? Like the voiceover done by anyone that's not named Morgan Freeman.
What? Hang on. What do you have against the voiceover?
It's lazy
Well,
writing.
Werner Herzog.
It learned it very well in Burn Notice and MacGyver.
Burn Notice is great. I love.
Well, but
Burn
that was
Notice.
Everybody loves
the
Burn
voiceover
Notice.
in Burn Notice is like introduction, exit, occasionally a brief one-line interlude for comedic purposes.
He's
Yeah,
done right.
it's more like Lebowski in that regard. Lebowski has the perfect amount of voiceover.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like Sam Elliott for a second, and then a little bit in
But
the
it's-
middle, and then
It's like
wraps it
the
up.
random subtitles in Burn Notice.
Yeah, those are the
for
best.
labels. When it's like, so and so's there is the, like whatever, and he's like, I'm not the bad guy here, and then it comes at the little subtitle was in fact the bad guy.
Yeah. My favorite one still is, what the hell's Russian for asshole? And then it just pops up with the Russian word for asshole. And you're like, oh, okay, thank you. So
I gotta
literal.
try to get I gotta try to get them Australian to watch that, but it's hard to get her to watch anything American, with the exception of The Blacklist, which she hated for the first like 3 episodes, and now she cannot stop watching it.
Really? What does she have
Yeah,
against
she's-
American TV? I've watched Australian TV. It's not good.
No, it's not.
What does she have against American TV? Let's see, America.
The same thing we do.
It's just the first word.
Same thing we have against American
It's
But
the
TV.
there's
other
some
country-
good. Listen, but there's good old American TV, and every once in a while there's good new American TV.
That's true. That's
Yes.
true.
Yeah, I mean every once in a while there was The Expanse, was pretty good.
I
for a
did
minute.
like The Expanse. I like The Expanse for the first 2 seasons.
The 3rd season's garbage. I'm in the middle of it right now, and
Yeah,
it
it's
is
like-
so bad.
It was, it's like every other series that finds out they only have one more season to end, and they just have to rush through to get to some sort of a meaningful ending.
Yeah, you know what was sad is the same thing happened to Firefly, which was a really good show, but then it got canceled mid-show.
Yeah, we know.
Firefly.
Christian,
Yeah.
I'm curious. I saw that you found some Igor 12. Not to step on what we're doing right now. I'm just curious if you picked it up. Because I'm
That's
curious
not
how it
stepping on
is.
what we're doing.
Anyway,
It's Eagle Rare.
Ah, Babylon 5. Yeah.
Oh, dude, you know what? The worst movie thing that I saw in a very long time. Well, obviously, there's a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Whoa,
But,
whoa. You shut your whore mouth. Do not bat League of Extraordinary
Yeah, that's a
Gentlemen.
cult classic now.
that's-
That
Not
is the
good.
horror version of the A-Team. You shut your mouth right there.
That is the horror version of Sean Connery needing more whores, is what that is. But, dude,
Hang on. If he really needed money, he would have taken that Lord of the Rings deal. Let's be honest.
no, because they didn't
Well,
think it was
you
going to be
should've.
successful. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen happened because of Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah. Because
Yeah.
he was desperate.
No, because he realized how much money he'd lost on that fantasy bullshit.
Man, Vegas would have been in such a good place if he had taken that role.
Oh my god.
Record profits
They would
for
have been
10
like,
years.
amazing.
Fucking even Michael Jordan would have made more money. And yeah, I mean, oh dude, and there was the worst one that I remember when I was younger, dude, was when my buddy and I were so excited for this movie, and I'll leave the movie till the end. And so
Teeth.
It's snakes
we
on a
were so
plane.
excited, and this dude lives all the way up in Kale, right? And this movie happened to be playing at the Twin Wallace at the Y, right?
Back in the
And
day.
so, yeah, and the bus line at the time was not, for some reason, not running. So him and I had to go through this journey to walk from in a snowstorm from not from Myers, but from Kale all the way to the Twin at the Y.
While on a bender.
Well, you got to drink.
Well, yeah. Well,
I didn't say what
we were
kind.
drinking out of. We were drinking Mad Dog 2020.
See, smart ideas come from that.
That's how all bad
Well, I mean, we
decisions
were like
start.
17 or something, or 16 or 17, or younger than that, I think, 15. And so we walk through this fucking horrid snowstorm, and we're so excited about this movie, right? We get there, we get in, and anybody who's ever from Tahoe can tell you about the glory of the Wallace Twin that was at the Y. That was probably the shittiest movie theater outside of the one in Carson that ever existed.
That
It was
$4
just
one?
Because
forgotten.
there was the old single theater next to
Rayleigh's.
Rayleigh's at State Line.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that one had Rocky Horror at least. It was like that one was supposed to be shit. Where you could see that, like when you'd go to a matinee and you would see the sunlight through the screen. Yeah, no, that was for real. You'd be watching
Oh,
the
no, he's
movie
not
and
lying.
you can't even see half the thing because there's just like sunlight shining through the screen. And then when the snow would be melting, it's just dripping all over you from the roof, and they don't do anything about it at all. They're just like, whatever. Here's a towel. Enjoy your film and sauna. We get there, we go in, super excited about this movie. I had no idea that John Travolta could fall so far. So far.
Oh, God. Did you go see Battlefield Earth?
That is correct, my friend. Ding, 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 ding. So we're just sitting there. We've walked for like 2.5 hours, dude. We're drunk on Mad Dog 2020, and we're just the first 15 minutes. We're like, oh my god,
What have we
what the
done?
fuck have we done to ourselves? And we spent money on this? Because mind you, we didn't go for the matinee. We went for the prime time. It was its first night of release. That's how good it was. Whoever the film buyer was, genius, because they put it on the worst possible smallest screen ever. Those motherfuckers did a screening for sure. of that one.
Like, no, this isn't gonna last.
Dude, it was like the exact opposite of. I remember when Pirates of the Caribbean came out, and I was running the theater, and Loberg was like, I did the screenings and everything, and I was like, yeah, okay. And I'm watching the screenings. We had like 4 of them that night, and you know, Lane, how we would used to cruise between each one, just because I needed to check the cigarette burn to make sure the splice was done correctly.
Yeah.
And I went in to watch fucking Pirates, and nobody at this point knew what it was, and we had it in House 5, which is 74 seats, the most uncomfortable one in the back of the Wallace, and I was like. And also the shittiest sound. Like nobody ever cared about the sound in theater number 5. They never replaced the subs. They never replaced the amp that blew on crossover. Nothing. Like they just left that thing as it was. That thing was just the bulb was like 10,000 hours when it's supposed to be replaced at 4. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching this Pirates of the Caribbean, dude, and I was like, "Holy shit, this movie's actually good." Like what?
What happened
Like,
here?
What the hell?
Like how the fuck? And so I called Loberg and I was like, "Look, man, this movie's can't be in theater 5." And he's like, "No, you can't. The talent buyer, the film buyer said that's where it's going, man. You can't do anything about it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that." Yeah. And Loberg was like, I will fire you if you move that film. And so I I moved it up to number 6, which is only 115 seats or something like that. But it's much better screen, much wider screen. It's got better sound, and the masking actually works from flat to scope. The lens isn't cracked and broken, and the bulb is new. So I move it into there, and then bam, we open the doors. It's sold out in seconds. And then I get the phone call from Loberg, and he's like, "Hey, you know, I thought you said you were going to move that film." He was all pissed at me, and I'm like, "Turns out I did." And he's like, "Wait, it's sold out in what house?" I'm like, "Number 6." He's like, "Jesus." And this is the 10 o'clock in the morning screening.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and he's like, "Okay, we'll move it to number 7." And I'm like, "Dude, we should move it to 8. Like 8's the 283 seat, the Grandmaster, the best." He's like, "No, we can't do that. We'll get in trouble." And I'm like, "All right."
Wait, what
So
was
I
in
move it to
what was
7.
in 8?
Oh God, what was an 8? It was a steaming pile of shit.
Snakes on a
Oh,
plane.
what was it? So my computer's dead. I would look it up and see what came out on that weekend because it was a fucking horrible movie. It was like, I don't know, it could have been like, it was like on the Garfield level of
I think
horrible.
Casey's beating you to it.
I'll look for you.
Yeah, thanks, man. So, because we have, mind you, just for those who nobody really has worked in the industry, we have contracts that we sign with these companies. And so if we say that it's going to be shown in a 283 screen house in house number 8, we've signed a contract. So if we move it out of that before contract, we get penalized. So what I had done basically would have, if it failed, definitely gotten me fired because Warner Brothers would have been pissed.
Yeah.
Because essentially when I move one, then you cascades. They all have to kind of move around.
Yeah.
But I move it up to house 7, and it, of course, sells out again. And then he's like, fucking put it in house 8. And then that movie, I think that movie ran for 46 weeks straight at like 50% capacity.
Yeah.
Exact opposite of Battlefield Earth. Where Battlefield Earth was like, everybody was talking about it. It was supposed to be so good. 5 minutes in, you're like, oh my God, I hope there's a gun close by.
This is terrible.
The makeup was so bad too. And just John Travolta is like, John Travolta is not one of those people that you can put in a mask and he looks like somebody else.
No, because he still looks like John Travolta.
Yeah, it's just like, that's
Something
John
about
Travolta
his
in a
face
mask.
shape and the way that he moves, you're like, oh, that's John Travolta.
I mean, if you replace Patrick Swayze with John Travolta in fucking Point Break and he put on the president's mask, you would know immediately it was
It's still
John Travolta. Like, it's impossible to not tell, you know? Like,
That's
it's just
John Travolta wearing a Richard Nixon mask.
yeah. I mean, but yeah, what was the movie, Casey?
Oh man.
What?
Well,
Are you sure it wasn't the week before?
so it was 2003. So you've got some options. You've got could have been Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo was in house number 1.
Okay. Could have been Too Fast, Too Furious.
That was it. It was Too Fast, Too Furious, I remember. Because they were both fast and furious that I moved that motherfucker down. You know what the thing was about Too Fast, Too Furious is that was shit hot fight with me for Friday night. Because, man, it was selling out too. And they had the contract. Come Saturday, the reckoning was over. Word was out. That movie sucked.
It did because it when you watched it, it didn't match up with the first movie. There was all kinds of weird shit to it, and it didn't blend in until the rest of them came out.
It is definitely like very far from the first one.
Yes.
When you're like, oh, this is not the same movie. What the fuck happened?
It was really bad, and it took them 6 more movies to paint it back into the picture
And make it look
to
decent.
where it made sense. You know, like that was, yeah. So by Saturday, then I was being celebrated, but that's what my life was like in the theater industry all the time. Was just like, you're getting fired. You're a champion. Here's a raise.
Yeah.
You are fired.
We're gonna fire you if this doesn't work. Well, it kind of works.
Yeah.
We're gonna let you stick around for another week.
Yeah. And then you are fired. wait, hold on. It's been 3 months. The other person sucked. We need you back, and we're going to give you more money. You're fired again. Oh, wait, you were the only person who knew how to fix the equipment. You're hired for more money again. But yeah, oh man.
Fucking Battlefield Earth, though. I mean, that's such a good movie.
Thank God they've never tried to make another one. Thank God they've never tried to make
I'm
another
sure they
one
can
of
get
that.
Travolta for another one.
Don't put it in the universe. They're already thinking about a reboot. You just said it. It's already in
no.
Hollywood, man. People with the day off already know.
Yeah, that's true. That's God. Who would play though? Yeah, probably John Travolta would be in it again. Isn't there another Tron coming out? But this time it's Trent Reznor doing the music.
No,
new Tron's coming out.
It's 9 Inch Nails, yeah.
October 10th.
With my
Was
favorite
the
actor.
last one any good?
I liked the last one.
The last one was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
That was Daft Punk did the soundtrack.
Yeah, so this one's 9 Inch Nails.
I'm wondering if they're gonna have the same actors for some of it.
I know.
They got Bridges
Yeah,
back.
Jeff Bridges is in
If
it.
Bridges is.
And Lane's favorite actor of all time.
Oh yeah, who's
Yeah, Jared Leto.
Jared Leto.
I legitimately at this point like like movie will be announced or whatever, and they'll show Jared Leto and Lee like I'm good. Morbius I would probably wouldn't have seen it anyway, to be honest. But had I had any interest at all, it died with Jared Leto.
This movie looks really good. And starring Jared Leto. God damn it.
He played the Joker in that weird one, right?
They tried.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't care for it. That laugh was just not there.
There were some people long
again.
after the fact that were like, Jared Leto's Joker actually deserves some appreciation. You're like, does it though?
It's sadness, maybe.
It does if you watch the 4-hour Justice League movie.
Oh yeah.
Because his monologue at the end of that was actually pretty good. And I was like, well, wait, so he showed up to act for 10 minutes and he couldn't act for 2 fucking movies? I'm like, what happened?
God. Yeah, I mean, the thing was, the look of the character was cool. He nailed that part. But it was that whole Suicide Squad movie was, as soon as Will Smith was announced, I was like, that's Deadshot. What? That's not going to work.
so
Like, it's just Will Smith and like Suicide Squad's supposed to be breaking from the norm. You know what I mean? It's not supposed to be like fucking the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air shoots people with perfect accuracy.
Everybody went to go see Margot Robbie. That was it.
You're not wrong.
I wanted to destroy something beautiful.
Oh God! And then there was that movie that was the spin-off, the one that was like 20 fucking words long that she was in. What was it? Harley Quinn and the something
The Birds of Prey.
Something that men are bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the Birds of Prey.
It's Harley Quinn and Men Are Bad. Okay.
Okay.
No, there's another one, isn't it? It's Birds of Prey is another one. I thought it was like Harley the Emancipation of Harley Quinn or some shit.
Yeah. It turns out that was just Birds of Prey.
Wait, is it so they're the same movie?
They're
Or
the same movie. They just have one stupid Hollywood name because they can't get like Edge of Tomorrow was Edge of Tomorrow Forever, and then when it came out theaters, it was Live Die Repeat. And you were like, no, that's supposed to be Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, no, it's Live Die Repeat. We're like, what? No, it's not. The movie poster literally says Edge of Tomorrow.
I didn't know that shit.
Uh-huh.
That's weird.
Yep.
I wish I had a poster of that because that's probably worth a lot of money now. Live, die, repeat. That's like Steve Jobs when they asked him about why he only had one button on the mouse, and he just said because people are too stupid to know how to use 2. It's like,
Dude,
Edge of Tomorrow, Live, Die, Repeat. Okay.
the number of movie posters that went through your theater while you were working at theaters that are now probably worth ridiculous amounts of money is substantial.
And most of those got tossed, didn't they?
Well, no. So they didn't get. Okay, so there's long stories to that. So there was the okay. There was the great moment when my dad. So I had about 380 of them, I think, counted last time, that were in my dad's. My dad had a shipping container out on the property in Nevada, and that was where I had when they closed the 50-cent theater on Highway 50.
Yeah.
The 2-screen that was down there in Carson. So I got to go clean that building out, and when we got into the basement, we cracked it open, And in the basement was the original standee for Star Wars, all the original double-sided Star Wars movie posters.
Ooh.
So I took them all.
Nice.
There was like 3 of each. And I had all of those in perfect condition. They'd just been stored down there forever. I had all those, and then I had, of course, all the usual schlock, Planet of the Apes, with Mark Wahlberg, and the garbage that came out. What was that Jet Li movie?
Yeah, a lot of chaff in that pile.
Oh God, yeah, a lot of stuff that would be better used to burn. But
Hey, Planet of the Apes was good. What are you talking about?
and then I went up there to go. I had the original Star Wars 35 millimeter trailers from from Phantom Penis. Or did I say that? Sorry, Freudian slip. Phantom Menace. The original 35 millimeter trailers, all the editions of that for all
when
3.
you compare the prequels to the sequels, they aged very well.
Yes.
Facts.
That's true. Well, I don't know about. I think Menace is still pretty.
It's still better.
The
It's
other-
still better than the other ones.
Yeah, I've been spared a bit, but so I went out there after many years to go and collect during the great the great me selling my golf clubs to Lane in Hera's attempt, which led to me owning a hostel. When I got to the unit, I went in, and every single thing in there was ruined. All of it.
No.
Water damage.
The whole back of the thing had collapsed,
Oh.
and all of my everything was destroyed. And I mean, how much do you think an original theatrical release double-sided Star Wars poster would be worth right now?
I don't know. We can find out.
I mean, it'd be
Casey.
thousands of dollars.
The right collection, yeah, it'd be thousands of bucks.
Yeah.
The original. It's like the first edition one that came out in theaters before anybody knew what Star Wars was. So I don't know. I'd be interesting to see how much the last one sold at auction for. But yeah, so that was the first time that happened. The second time it happened was the Great Jabo. So this was after I worked in Slow, and I had all the stuff for like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Snatch, Lock Stock, a bunch of some Tarantino flicks in there, Jackie Brown. I had Fear and Loathing. I got my hands on an original of that, original Lebowski. I had all those because I did a throwback series there for 5 years. So I got the original posters from like Warner Brothers from their archives, and they sent them to me as part of the deal. I had all those, and those were all stored in my mom's garage. And yay, Jabo. I think you probably know how that story ends.
All right, are you ready, Cameron? Plus or minus $1,500, somewhere in the neighborhood of $13,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
I see one for 15,835.
Wow.
And I had 3 copies of each. Plus the original standee. I would have had like $500,000 worth of posters, dude, probably at the end if you count all of them up.
Man, I used to have the standee for Into Darkness, the Star Trek movie. It was so cool. It was like 7 feet tall, had the Enterprise falling down towards Earth. It was the coolest fucking standee.
Yeah,
I still have the movie poster though.
That's good. Is it the double-sided or is it just the single-sided?
It's the double-sided from the window.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, those are the rare ones, man, and they still make them. So, but yeah, it's funny. It's funny to think about all that. But hey, you know what? I stole all that money from Wallace anyway, so I made more money doing that.
Embezzlement took care of all of these issues.
Statute of limitations, my friends.
In a different country.
I mean, yeah, none of those. I mean, none of those companies even exist anymore. Anyway, all those companies are gone. they all got bought up now by Regal. I remember we used to always say that every time we'd get up and go to work. Dave and I'd be like, one more day not working for Regal. Regal is the worst of the worst. But now, who cares about movie theaters? Is there even still a movie theater up there in Tahoe?
Yeah, the Heavenly Village Cinema.
I can't believe those guys outlasted us. I remember when they opened, and Loberg. So that was when I got. I don't know if I can talk about that on the podcast legally, Lane. Can I?
About which part?
Espionage.
I mean, again, statute of limitations.
Is it still holds up? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, the other part
should.
I mean, what are they gonna do? You're first of all, I mean,
they'd have to wait for you to show up.
Hang on. 2 words. No extradition. He's fine.
Until he visits us.
I mean, civilly speaking, you're judgment proof. Criminally speaking, I don't think anybody cares.
Yeah. So essentially, there was this. So this is a bit of Tahoe history for anybody from Tahoe that doesn't know the realities of the situation that go on behind closed doors with city council, with both city council, well, the city council, and then with the county of Douglas. Scott Wallace, who was the owner of Wallace Theaters back in the day, big old fat, super 100% in your face out gay man, back when that wasn't cool.
Got it. Not my
One
dad.
of the most ruthless businessmen you will ever meet. This guy was terrifying with a lisp. and he was like 380 pounds of beautiful Hawaiian anger coming down on you. And he
How do you have a Scottish name?
So I think Jano, actually, if he was in the chat, might be able to explain a bit about that, because I think there was a moment where there was a healthy amount of like Scottish Hawaiian interaction at some point.
So that could be like a cousin of mine.
Before the culling.
Before the culling. But so Wallace had structured this deal because Wallace owned the land that the Y was the Crescent, not the Y, the Crescent V. Or no, actually both. Sorry, the Y and the Crescent V. He owned that land for both places and most of where the Marriott is, as well. And when he was like a kid, his parents, I think, started the theater, if I remember, and there was only 3 of them. And they were all there was one in Honolulu, or not in Honolulu, in Kauai. There was one in Kauai, and there was the other ones were in Tahoe. And
little did you know, wife interned there when he was a kid.
Oh man, but so he owned those, and he made this deal with them to where the city was able to buy the land on him or the land off him at a ridiculous amount of money, very, very cheap compared to what it would be, but still quite a bit of money. So he would sell the Y and the spot where Office Depot was. I don't know if it's Office Depot anymore, but where the old theater used to be.
No, it's not, something else.
Again. Okay. He sold both those plots of land and the Crescent V and where the Marriott is. To the city of South Lake Tahoe in return for a guarantee that when the Marriott opened, he would get a 99-year lease at 12 cents a square foot rental for the movie theater. Then the deal was they would build the shell of the theater and he would build out the inside. That was their deal. So that deal gets done some 15 years before they break ground. So they break ground, they build the shell. We're in contact with city council, everything. Oh yeah, everything's great, fine. So New Year's Eve, I can't remember what year. Well, I only took 4 days off a year, every year. And so New Year's Eve was one of those where it was like, that was my 100% Cameron is not available. There will be no pager, there will be no phone. But right before all that starts to happen, Loberg calls me for an emergency meeting. And so I came in And you guys have been to the Wallace, yeah?
I have.
Casey? I know
At
you,
the Y?
No, the one at the headquarters and that used to be in Horizon.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever been in the works of the building though, like back in the building, or just
Yeah,
in the,
yeah,
in
I've
the
been
theater
there.
itself?
Yeah, I've been through all the workings.
Yeah, what a wild, interesting little place that is, dude. So many dead ex-hookers in that building. But he's like, yeah. So we have reports that they're moving in stuff that they shouldn't be into the shell of the building. I need you and your team to go over there and break into the building and take pictures and bring them back to give to me so I can give them to corporate. And I'm like, are you asking me to go and like break into another property like on New Year's Eve? And he's like, yes, that's exactly what I'm asking you to do. And I know you're the one who knows how to do it. I'm like, okay. Well, they have a security system for one. That's going to be tough. And so we figured it out. I won't say too much about the details, but we had to figure out how to kill the security system for ADT without it sending out a, hey, the security system has been turned off by the breaker from the actual property. And the only way to do that is to get the actual whole block to be killed, because then it sends a message that there's a city power outage, 2 different types of messages. And so we got in there, and sure enough, they'd built that entire theater inside there, and that was not part of the deal. So 20-something years later, those pictures proved to be true, and Scott won his settlement, of which I saw $9.25 an hour for my 4 hours of work.
At least you got paid for that.
Oh, the good old days. But yeah, that was pretty fun. That was interesting. That was breaking into a place on New Year's Eve and that was like right when the Marriott was open. The only thing that wasn't open was the theater. But I can't believe they outlasted Wallace.
I mean, I think that's yeah.
There's nothing else out there, so
I think Wallace stopped caring.
yeah.
Probably.
Everybody cashes their paycheck someday, right?
Yeah, I've heard a fun theory from someone. I don't know who. It's gone around a couple times, I think. There's a certain amount of money that ruins everybody. And it's a different amount for every individual. But there's an amount of money that you will reach which will ruin you.
And you'll know it when they reach it, because it gets to be that kind of bucket stage.
Yeah.
And the owner of the GSR is right there. He's on the cusp of it.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what? So what's up with GSR these days?
They're building out some stuff. They're getting ready to do a stadium and stuff. Still planning out camera setups and
Hey,
all that.
I'm gonna speak kind of in code here for a second.
Yeah.
But did you ever ask about the rumors that were going around?
Which ones?
The ones that affect us.
I did, but there was no information on that. He hasn't heard anything either.
Okay.
What are we paying for? What?
Listen, you don't pay me. I show up. I
As
set
an
up.
IMF agent, you should be able to get me intel.
All right, here we go. This is what happened. I show up.
He's
They
looking
say
at
they
the
want to do a
camera now.
podcast. They're like, we need a monkey boy. So I get back to doing tech work, apparently.
That was never said.
Yeah, it was all hearsay.
I would never say that.
Objection. I'm gonna need you to stop beavering the witness.
No, my dad always called me the monkey boy when I was in surveillance because I had to run wires and everything, and I was the smallest one, could fit it everywhere at 129 pounds.
So there's the Rumors. That's interesting. I imagine. Wasn't there a place called Rumors? Oh no, that was Secrets. That was Scott's place, wasn't it?
Oh my God. Hey, I mean, he's already. There's probably no statute of limitations on the stuff they didn't catch him for
Hey,
here.
really quick, your battery died, and it's only 115.
Oh, on the camera?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go swap it out.
All right.
I'll be right
Secret
back.
suit.
So there was a terrible movie that I saw, and when you brought it up, I thought about it. It was like 7 years ago now. It was called
it
Scarecrow. and
Wild,
it-
Wild West.
No, that was terrible too. No, it was called Scarecrow. And in one of the scenes where there should have been like wind blowing and all that, because you could see it on the video, you heard none of that. It was quiet. There was no sound. They were outside. It's like they decided to cut all that and they put in their own soundtrack of just nothingness. was a quiet night, but you see the wind blowing.
Well, maybe the camera microphone wasn't good enough to pick up the wind.
I highly doubt that. They could have at least put it in. It was a C-rate movie, though, so I mean, I guess.
So it was Wild Wild
Scarecrow
West.
was pretty fucking awful. Did you guys ever watch? There was one that was really bad, but it was so bad it was good, and it was Justin Long's first movie. It was Jeepers Creepers.
No, I like Jeepers Creepers.
That should have been, by all accounts, an absolute steaming pile of garbage.
It
of a
should have
film.
been.
It was not.
The second one did fairly well too, surprisingly. The third one kind of did shit.
Yeah, the first one, I remember when it came out, that was another one of those moments where it came out and it was supposed to be in House 5. That one I was not willing to risk my career on.
Fair
But
enough.
I did tell the film buyer, I was like, hey, like I think this movie's going to be a sleeper hit for us. I think it came out in September or something like that, so it was a bit early for Halloween, but it ended up running all the way through, and that was really popular. And Justin Long was actually pretty good.
Yeah, he, like I said, he did well, and I enjoyed the show, that movie itself. I watched it as a kid with my siblings and my aunt. She was my age, so my mom put it on to scare us. I watched it, no issues. I thought it was a good movie. Went, slept on the top bunk. Wound up getting kicked off in the middle of the night by the other two, hitting the side of the dresser, waking up going, what the fuck happened? And I look up there, they're both up there. I'm like, I'm going out to the couch. I'll watch TV. So mad.
Yeah, I mean, what was cool about Jeepers Creepers was somehow they were able to make that vehicle was way scarier than the human inside it.
Oh, yeah. The original that vehicle all rusted out.
Yeah,
It's terrifying. You
That
just see
was-
somebody coming out of it, throwing bodies, chasing you down on the road.
Well, yeah, and when you think about that movie, it's filmed almost more like a Western. It's like a set piece film.
Yeah, the idea of that guy, the monster, was based kind of off of like Wild West theme mixed with the boogeyman mixed with the lake monster. What's that? The thing in the water or whatever thing. Is that the name of it?
Oh, the creature from the Black Lagoon?
Yeah, that one.
Or the
I'd say it was.
Swamp
Yeah.
Thing?
I was similar to that, except for he had
Swamp
wings
Thing,
and
Swamp
stuff.
Thing.
Yeah.
Swamp Thing.
Yeah, you know what movie? One of my favorites. I don't know how horror movie into stuff you guys are, but probably one of my favorite super B movie, so bad that it's fantastic, is Pumpkinhead.
Pumpkinhead, yeah.
No way, man. Wishmaster.
Wishmaster was a good one. I like Trick or Treat
I don't know.
because it brought Pumpkinhead back into the kind of spotlight in that one.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch me some Pumpkinhead. I think that going for the podcast, we should try to assign some movies that we can all go watch, because now I have every movie ever. So I bought one of those things that gives me access to everything. Breaking the law, breaking the law. Dun, dun,
Indiana
dun.
Jones Temple of Doom is based on true events.
I always,
Oh, Indiana Jones. Boy, what happened to that?
I will
Oh.
tell you, the only movie that actually scared me was when I was living in Texas, and it was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And the end, like, it didn't bother me through
Yeah.
the whole thing. The end, it said based on a true story. I'm like, I'm living in Texas, and I just watched this shit. What do you mean this is based on a true story?
Well, Cameron, what was it? I can't even I can't even describe it on this podcast. I don't think without getting in trouble. Was it The Hills Have Eyes too? Like the watermelon scene, like, but it wasn't a watermelon. It was a.
Oh,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah. I think that was The Hills Have Eyes too. Yeah, that was kind of similar to what I watched with that whatever it is.
Is that like the
Until
tire?
Dawn movie. That Until Dawn movie, dude, was like, sorry, I have to talk about it again. It was like, what in the fuck is going on in this movie? Like, all of a sudden, there's a guy in a clown mask thing with a giant sledgehammer that comes through the roof and is going to kill them all. And then it has, like, completely unexplained, doesn't make any sense, and then they just kill him.
Yep.
Like, it goes from, like, these weird witch-looking things with giant teeth faces to, like, some muscular guy in a clown mask and a giant sledgehammer who lives for all of 2 seconds before a bunch of 20-year-old kids kill him.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when you see those scenes in a movie, like, you have a relatively coherent film, and then random, and then more relatively coherent film once random is dispatched. That's the money guy's idea.
That's true. I mean, that's definitely true. Yeah, the executive producer. I mean, well, so that's the other thing is if this is another good example. So what was that one we were talking about? Willy's Wonderland or the other one with Nick Cage, where he ends up overnight in that like abandoned
Five Nights at Freddy.
Five Nights at Freddy. You replace Nicolas Cage in that movie with anybody, and dude, I mean, even with Nick Cage, that movie is terrible. But if you took Nick Cage and Bruce Campbell and you put them in Until Dawn, that movie's a miracle. You know what I mean? That movie becomes like gospel at that point. But like there's just like everything goes on, all this stuff. And then there's just never any explanation of it. And now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for movies that leave you hanging at the end and you're like, what the fuck really happened? But this wasn't like, I wonder what really happened. This was like,
Thank
who
God
the
it's
fuck
over.
wrote this? Like, what? This doesn't even, nothing adds up. It doesn't make any sense. They climb out of a grave in the middle of nowhere. It's dawn, and it looks like the front cover of Evil Dead, and they run off, and that's the whole movie. Basically, they could have just shown me that scene, and I would have been like, oh, okay. It was worth it. But yeah. Whatever happened to the Evil Dead show? Why did that get canceled? That was really good.
Money.
It's always money.
Money.
But I mean, I thought it was doing really well.
I mean, it was, but money.
Man, that movie,
Viewership.
man, that was definitely a great show. I was impressed with that. Bruce Campbell, may he never die.
I'm always trying to figure out how The Walking Dead's still going.
Isn't that over now? Finally?
I think it's
And it's 9 spin-offs.
yeah. They still got spin-offs going on.
Dude,
pretty
I
sure.
was the first people that I stayed with in law school. I wasn't there much, but at some point I walked in. And they're like, it was a commercial break, but they're watching TV. And they're like, you need to watch this. And the chick that you know, Cameron, goes into an aria about the depth of character development and the amazing writing. But they haven't told me the name of the show yet. And just on and on and on and on. Like, you need to sit down and watch this. It's incredible. It's the best thing you've ever seen. It's like, what is it? And she goes, it's called The Walking Dead. And I fucking look over, I go, what the fuck just came out of your mouth? And she goes, it's The Walking Dead. I'm like, there's no way that what you just described and The Walking Dead are the same thing.
I was okay with the first
pinnacle
season
of writing.
and the second season, and then it got boring after that.
I tried. I tried, and it's like Lost. I tried watching Lost, and I was just the whole time. I'm like, how did anybody ever get into this movie or this show?
Lost worked when it came out weekly. Lost does not work when you can binge it.
That is true.
That was it. It was fantastic when it left you hanging every week, and you were like, okay, I don't know. Once it got to where you could just power through it, you were like, what the fuck am I watching?
I guess maybe that makes sense. So that says that that's a good point. That's because I mean I guess there is a place for that, right? Still,
Evil Dead got a burn notice.
Is that Josephus or?
Yeah, that's Josephus.
But
What a
Good callback.
That was good. Yeah, I mean, I guess there is a place for the whole I always hate the suspense of waiting for the next episode, but then I guess it makes sense in that regard because I just basically tried binge watching it with the Monstralian, and dude, it's like
no, you can't. Once
like,
you binge watch it, you're like, no, this is terrible. But when you were like, okay, I'm curious where this story's going, I have to wait a week. The next week came back, and you were like, all right, cool, it's going to tell me something, and you were like, oh, cliffhanger! You fucking piece of shit show.
Yeah, I mean, there's.
I'm
I'm
gonna be honest, man. I have no use for the cliffhanger. None.
The movie cliffhanger is amazing, sir.
Yeah,
No.
what do you have against
False.
Stallone? That's hurtful.
I love that movie. That movie, ironically, has not one cliffhanger in it.
I just think they're so dumb. I think again, it's just lazy writing. We didn't know how to end the movie, the episode, the season, whatever. We couldn't do it in a way that makes people feel fulfilled, and also wants that like they want to come back for the next season. Let's just do this and force it.
I think the only time for me, the one time that it actually did work pretty well was 24. Because 24 is like every hour is 1 hour, and that I don't know, that was pretty good.
I mean, in that format, it kind of works.
Well, because the story can't, it's like it makes sense that the story's not finished because you're only seeing 1 actual hour in real time.
Yeah, I mean, if it's
supposedly.
literally an hour of a day, still have questions about how they drove across Los Angeles in 7 minutes.
It was at 2 a.m. It was fine. There's no traffic at 2 a.m.
False. Absolutely wrong. I've been in traffic jams at 3 in the morning in LA.
In Hollywood, LA, there's no traffic at 2 a.m. Okay, there's no one on the streets at 2 a.m. in Hollywood.
There's never not anyone on the streets in the LA basin, period.
Oh, man, LA. I love LA.
Do you know the most expensive scene ever filmed for a movie?
I do not.
It's in Vanilla Sky.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, when they had to shut down the Times Square.
They shut down Times Square. They didn't. There's no CGI. They literally paid everyone to stay off the street so that Tom Cruise could drive that really expensive Ferrari, park in the middle of Times Square, and get out and not see a single soul. It's the most expensive scene ever filmed.
What are we paying for? For people not to be there. That doesn't make any sense to me. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Tom Cruise
I mean, that
wants
movie
this.
was. That movie was incredible. I mean, but the original was just is incredible as well. Abre los ojos. The Spanish was by Alejandro Anamanabar, I think his name is. I don't know how
do that again. Do that again.
Alejandro Anamanabar.
Say that 5 times fast.
I don't know how the guy can be both Mexican and Durka at the same time, but apparently he is.
Ooh,
It's not
Hot
illegal to
takes
say
there.
Durka on here, is
rough.
it? Am I?
I have no idea.
There you go. Hate speech right there.
No, they do it. They do it on the Unsub podcast
Yeah.
every time they talk about the Middle East.
Yeah. Just
Durka,
the
Durka?
comparison between the two.
Durka.
Well, and so I think so does Nick. What's his face? The sniper. Mm-hmm. He like anytime he needs to talk about the Middle East, he just talks about like random made up stand in the Middle East.
Yeah. I don't, it's funny. I'll never forget because it was on the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was the trailer for that movie.
For
'Cause it was
Team
like
America?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when we were all sitting in the audience, and it's like all these there's like it's like Charlie Sheen and Mel Gibson and like Samuel L. Jackson and like all these different names, and then it's like George Bush. You're like, wait, what? And then are gonna be really pissed off when they see this movie. And then it's just puppets like just going nuts. I mean, I love that. Have you ever seen the movie they did about censorship? I think we talked about that on the podcast before.
Mm-hmm.
There's a documentary about where they got hit with an NC-17 because of the puppet sex scene. And so they were like instead of taking it out, what they did is they figured out how far you could take NC-17 before it became X.
Well, I love that everything that they got that was rated too high, they took it out, but then put in 2 things that were really practically worse, but fell within the rules.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, I mean,
It's like Formula One.
with the puppet sex scene, they definitely what they did is they were like, how far can we go until it actually becomes an X? And then they were like, okay, we're going to push it all the way to that envelope, and then brought it back and showed it to them. And then they were like, oh God, just put it back in the way it was before. We'll give you an R. We'll give you an R. Oh my God. Like, I can't believe I just had to watch that.
What's wrong with you? Why would you do that?
I mean, everything about that movie, I still, like, about half the time someone says Matt Damon's name, I think of Matt Damon in Team America.
See, the funny part is I've only ever wanted to watch it that one time. Every time I try to watch it after that, I have no interest now.
No, I've never seen it a second time, but there's so many random clips.
It's ingrained in your mind, but when you watch it the second time, you're like, eh.
Ronery, so Ronery and all around. Oh man, did I tell you I sang that to my mom?
Did you really?
Yeah,
believe it.
like it. Funny enough, it made her laugh because she was, everything with my pop.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I was like, I don't know why, but I was like, dude, I think it might make her laugh if I do it, because she watched that movie with
Perry?
Perry and,
Yeah.
and me, and he loved that movie. It was like one of his favorite movies. So when she was saying the thing and doing the usual thing that she does, because it's horrible what's happened, but I was just like, I'm so lonely, and she was like crying, but then she started laughing, and she was like, "You're such an asshole." I was like, "Yeah, but you're happier now, like." But I mean, that movie is like what an idea, and I love that the puppet guys were like, when they were doing the puppet fight scenes, they were like, "Look, we can like do full on like Matrix level puppet fighting."
And they're like, no, don't do that.
We want it to look absolutely ridiculous. We want it to look like a girl slap fighting downtown Los Angeles at 3 a.m. Like it's just like, and then like the way that they shot it too. Like watching the documentary, like when they shot like the Panama Canal thing and they flooded the whole stage, and like I guess they were talking about how when the the funniest part is when the studio was first reading the movie, they never told them it was going to be puppets. So they're like, there's no way that we're going to be able to afford to flood the Panama Canal and blow up all these buildings.
Just the list of celebrities. If you think it's live action,
yeah, exactly. They're like, we're never going to be able to do this, and they're like, it's all going to be miniature, and they're like, what? It's going to be puppets.
It's fine.
And imagine just the look on the person's face. It's like, puppets. Does that mean we don't have to pay Sam Jackson? Yes, sir, it does.
yeah, we're definitely not paying Sam Jackson.
He would have done it.
He probably would have.
Dude, that's what's funny is I didn't realize. I forget who it was that figured it out. It's either Seth MacFarlane or those guys. That if you like want to do an impersonation of somebody, you can just do it. But if you like if you want to do Kanye West, and you just want to make ruthless fun of him, you can just do that and just do a fake voice of him. You can even get an impersonator that sounds just like him, and it's fine. But if you call Kanye West and ask him in advance if he wants to voice his own character and he says no, then you can't.
Yeah.
And so they were talking about, I think it was them, it could have been them or Seth MacFarlane, but it was one of them. And they were saying that it's actually really sad the way the law's set up because of how many celebrities have come back to them and been like, man, I would have totally voiced myself.
Oh yeah.
In that, like you didn't have to just do a fake version of me. I would have done it.
I would have done it.
I think Tom Cruise said something about he would have done Tiny Tom Cruise in Family Guy. Did you guys ever see that episode?
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Where Tiny Tom Cruise becomes Stewie's best friend, and Stewie's just like in gay clubs with him all over the place. He's got the giant smile.
Okay, but to be fair, I think a lot of those celebrities later in their career would have been happy to do something like that when they calm down a little bit. Like I think post Ocean's Matt Damon probably would have done Team America.
100%.
I don't know that. What?
Go ahead.
I don't think that pre Ocean's 11 would have done it.
No, I don't think so. But apparently Matt Damon actually really likes that people come up to him and say that shit.
No,
and
I think that's probably accurate, but I think that's accurate after he did some movies with like the biggest names in the business.
Yeah, and because they were like, you can just be funny.
Like that's definitely after the TNT promo for the cable release of Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that?
No.
10 guys that really know how to wear a suit. And Matt Damon.
And Matt Damon. No, he's really lived into it. But I mean, oh man, that's so funny that they did that, and it works so well. Like, and all the gore with all that stuff when they like blow up the head of the person, and the face just like folds over, and it was like, oh. I mean, they destroy every. It's like I told Adele, I was like, "Isn't that like your favorite movie ever?" It's the story of how America just destroys everything, including Australia. She's like, you like such childish things, you know?
What you need to do is ask her how the emu fights went for them.
Yeah, they lost to emus.
Oh yeah. I know. I believe it or not, I have actually asked that question. She took it with stride. It's pretty funny. Have you ever seen?
You gotta,
she,
you know,
I think, what?
you gotta show her America the motion picture.
Oh god. She can get through it.
Because
Or
it's hilarious.
just show her Five Goes West. That's or an American Tale.
Yeah, American Tail, Five
Show
Goes
her,
West.
no. Here's what you need to show her, Cameron. You need to show her Wagons East.
Oh God.
Yeah, that'd be. I tried doing what was it? There's one that she does like.
Blazing
It's,
Saddles.
Blazing Saddles. And that was super funny when I was sitting with Lane. We've talked about that on the podcast before. We're doing the throwback series, and I'm sitting there doing the
Dude,
screening, and
the-
I'd never heard of
The
Blazing
look
Saddles.
on Cameron's face at the opening scene, he looks over at me, goes, "I can't show this," and I'm blown away. I look at him, I go, "Wait, have you never seen Blazing Saddles before?" I'm like, "This is the whole movie."
Oh my god, dude, it was so funny. I was like, how could anybody get away with saying all this stuff in a movie, dude? When he's sitting there and the woman's talking, he's like, when he's eating the sausages and the sausage just keeps coming, man. And it's just like everything about it is, oh man.
Oh, you know,
I can't believe they're making a.
you know, yeah, you know what started production as of last week? Spaceballs 2.
Spaceballs too.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 You've got their stunt doubles.
Dude, the commercial for it is so funny and it's so simple. It's just like how many shitty remakes have been made listed in a row. There've been 9 aliens, 2 aliens that weren't aliens, aliens that were with predators, predators that were with aliens, aliens that were with predators that weren't mentioned as aliens with predators. Like it just keeps on going and going and going, but only one Spaceballs. It's the perfect trailer, you know what I mean? It's like nothing, it doesn't show you anything. You have no idea what we're about to watch. Oh man, I want to see that. I will absolutely go to the theater.
I am expecting
one.
comedy gold.
Yeah.
We can only hope.
Mel Brooks is still alive.
Yeah, the picture is Rick Moranis, Bill Pullman, and Mel Brooks under the dark helmet.
Oh yeah.
No.
That's the
yeah.
picture they showed when they were like production has started. I was like, oh yeah, let's go.
For some reason, I thought Bill Pullman died, but it's Bill Paxton.
Bill
that died.
Paxton
Yeah.
died. Yeah.
Listen, the world has been waiting for this movie for so long that at one point the proposed title was Spaceballs 3: The Search for Spaceballs 2.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
They should have stuck with that.
They should have.
But I mean, that's good that they waited that long because that's like 3 generations of humans. They're now and they're like the youngest are in their like 20s that would have heard or seen it. And
Well,
it's like,
Ed, the one thing that's cool is John Candy's son has signed on to play Barf.
Really?
Yes.
no,
Yes.
whoa.
So John Candy's son will take over the mantle of Barf.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I hope that his name is like Rolf.
Wait, who do we get for the droid though?
That's a good question. I don't know. That's all we know now is we get John Candy's son and we get Pullman, Moranis, and Brooks.
Yeah.
So we've got a
Man.
solid.
Who? Wait, is he reprising his role as Yogurt?
Yeah, just less makeup now.
Yeah.
A lot less. I would-
Josephus, there's actually canned air now. We need to make Spaceballs too.
Yeah, we sell canned air in the Tahoe shops.
I
Oh
know.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
you can buy Tahoe air in a can.
that was
For
the
those
most-
people
and-
suffering elevation sickness.
And guess where it's canned.
Cambodia.
Bakersfield.
Minden. It's canned in Minden.
Is it really?
It is.
That's amazing.
Lake Tahoe air as canned in Minden, Nevada.
Yeah, we just go up here, fill a.
It was called Perry Air, right?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
We lost a light.
Oh.
Sadness. That means the other one's gonna die soon.
Oh no, darkness.
We are the best podcast out there for preparedness.
Listen, we were
show
a
up
little
late,
off
everything dies early.
on preparedness this week.
Yeah, we
Yes.
had some special guests hanging out, so it kinda
Yeah,
threw
we had a
off.
full shop in here until right as we started.
We're about as good right now as Biden's pull out of Afghanistan.
Oh my god.
Well, we're at 145. So, did you want to go over the whiskey?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. All right, so value-wise, like pretty similar pricing, SRP 1 to 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think honestly, with a cigar, I think 3 is better.
Yes.
The proof helps it stand up to cigars better.
It does have more proof. More
The
bite.
one early on was very good. Like Weller 12 was very good.
Yeah. But not with cigars.
The second one, there were some striking similarities, minus what I would call the wheat funk,
Between 1 and 2.
between 1 and 2. Lower proof. I think it should live in about the same value.
I think $70 is what I would pay for that.
Yeah, $70, $80.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to say like MGP, Buffalo Trace, definitely that flavor profile. A lot of red fruit. I don't know what Buffalo Trace is left in our sample box that's low proof though.
What if I told you it was Blanton's?
Is it really?
Yes.
So yeah.
Blanton's.
So
Overpriced, but we'd pay $70 for it.
I was thinking Blanton's.
well, but you can get like now you can get Blanton's for $80, $85 around here.
Yeah.
You just have to wait a couple weeks because they only get a shipment every couple weeks. But it's available here.
Yeah, it used to be more than that, right? Everybody would sell it for like 1 something.
Well, no. I mean, it's just the grocery stores would never get it.
Yeah.
But now they're getting it and they're selling it for 80-ish.
Okay, that's not bad.
I've seen it for 120.
Have you?
That's like CVS when they get it.
I mean, I know it's 80 at Rayleigh's. when
Oh,
they get
okay.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't Kevin selling that for a bit?
Yeah, extremely overpriced.
Yeah.
But he sells everything overpriced.
For the most part, yeah. If it's not his picks, and even some of his picks is kind of up there.
Yeah, dude, I don't really buy anything from him unless it's.
That you have me to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually it's rare character.
But even then, I basically
Send in a
stopped.
Kevin for a Kevin.
I just get tired of like the double, triple pricing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just don't think there's any reason for it at this point.
I gotta get a 22B again. I'm all out.
I forgot that I have.
Oh, I think he's got
have
one more.
I've got a new beer.
Yeah, you can't drink though.
This is it's a 0%.
So it's not beer.
It's Heineken. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna slurp up some Heine on this podcast. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I bet you
Let's
would.
see how it is. Let's see how it goes. So this is Heineken Blue, which is 0%. Let's find out if it is any good. Let's see what the nose is like. It smells like a fucking German butthole as usual. So it's probably right on point.
Heineken.
We're waiting.
Well,
Okay, so I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that's actually better than actual Heineken.
well, not a really high
Heineken-
bar to reach.
Heineken is so bad that their 0% alcohol is
Is better.
better than their product. That's actually pretty good. Heineken Zero. All right. Sponsored by a Heineken Zero.
No, that's not what you
Don't want
say.
to drink and want better beer?
You gotta threaten them. You gotta say, Heineken, sponsor us. Do something. Come on. You gotta keep
Okay, we'll
poking
try it
at them.
again.
But they have Formula One money. They don't need it.
Heineken is sponsor.
That's horrible.
But yeah, it's actually pretty good. That's impressive. It's got a really good malt flavor to it. That's pretty.
Are you
Yeah, I
looking?
don't
Are you
remember-
looking to leave the stigma of the white tank top behind? Heineken Zero.
Oh, that's
Wow.
great.
Wow.
We were talking the other day about the Dylan Mulvaney and that whole thing with the Bud Light situation, and then how I just wanted to imagine the moment in the room where somebody comes up with the idea of having this transgender person become the new face of Bud Light for this ad. And who said yes to that? Who was like, yeah, that's a great idea, and then being fired. But then the next moment, when you have the person that brought that up in the room with the person that's like, when they're like, how are we going to save this? And the person's like, Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
So you've got this person that's like, all like Dylan Mulvaney trans like identity, blah blah blah, and then the other person across is just like, let's bring in the most ruthless comic that is just totally the opposite.
And
he saved it.
Peyton, don't forget Peyton.
So when that happened, I was still the director at a casino in Northern Nevada. Pretty conservative area, right? Not entirely.
Yeah.
I was getting shit. I had a really hard time with this because I immediately pulled Bud Light from the floor. For obvious reasons. However, I would have pulled Bud Light from the floor for any reason. Any reason was good enough. And they're like, so I'd be talking to the people on the other side, and they're like, don't tell me you're one of those. Like, one of those, I don't think I have to tell you. Okay, no, but I also just think Bud Light is shit.
I mean, to be fair, it's hot garbage, as Casey says.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst. Like, where was Pabst Blue Ribbon to ride in and take the throne at that moment? I mean, whoever was in Pabst PBR in their camp should have had Shane Gillis in the hopper ready to roll already. Like, we'll take their seat,
Pabst should have seriously had a commercial with fucking what's his face as Peacemaker riding a bald eagle.
Ted Nugent?
No.
John Cena.
John Cena in the silver helmet riding a bald eagle. They would have secured their position as the shit beer of this country for another 20 years.
So it just would have been a bald eagle.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the other?
Yeah, a bald eagle riding a bald eagle. Yeah.
What is it? Jared from Supernatural? That's his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
They could have put him on there too.
Yep. Anybody
would have worked.
I just loved Shane Gillis's thing that he made it come back with was a couple of beers. That did you guys see that?
No.
Okay, so it's like a commercial like you would see on like for any kind of pharmaceutical, and it's like he's like working in a office job and he's just like really hating life and he's just by the coffee thing and he's drinking, and he's like, "Are you having trouble at work? Trouble focusing? Is it hard for you to fit in with your coworkers? Do you have constant anxiety? Well, then it might be time for a couple of beers." Doctors say that beer can take the edge off you, and then it's like him hanging out and talking to people, slapping chicks on the ass in the office, and then he's like, "And the thing is, if you've had a couple of beers and maybe you've taken a little bit too much, we have another product for you, a little bump." And then it's like a bag of cocaine with a key. A bag of cocaine with a key. That was the new Bud Light commercial, and immediately their sales came back.
Well, you got to know your market.
Like, wait. Where's that old guy that we stuck in the corner that used to be part of marketing? Get him back here. Let's see what he wants to do.
I got some ideas.
Back in my day, we used to do a little bump.
It's genius.
Oh man, well, it's good to be back on the podcast again, man.
Yeah, man.
And from a hostel that has guests.
Woohoo.
That's good.
Yay!
Guests, not invaders.
You're not
Well,
housing the
depends on
Thai
how you
army?
look at it. Not yet.
Speaking of espionage.
Oh, man, that's really
we
funny,
need to
by the
send
way.
him one of the paint-on mustaches.
Mustache?
Mustache.
He's gonna need a disguise.
Foodie-fa-fa. Yeah, I mean, speaking of which, the folly of the ties continues. So now they've made so many mistakes. So now they've been saying that they keep saying that the Cambodians are burying mines on the Thai side of the border, and now they're putting it up on social media as they dig them up, right? And when they dig up one of the mines, they pull it out and they're like, it's. They pull up the mine, and they're like, "See, it's a new mine, and Cambodians planted it." Well, some genius that's been, deployed, takes a picture of it, puts it out, and says, well, that's interesting because that mine hasn't been armed. And all the pictures of the mines that supposedly the Cambodians have buried on the Thai side of the border all still have the pins in them. And they're not from like the Cambodians have no access to them. They're from Israel from 2012. So the Thais just keep trying to make this narrative where Cambodians are attacking. They just keep screwing it up, dude. And the international press is just like, well, we're done with covering that. They're not covering it anymore. So now,
Yeah, it sort of just disappeared.
That's what's happened out here, man. It
I'm
just all
sure-
went back to normal.
I'm sure the reused footage from Top Gun will pop up sooner or later.
Oh my god.
Probably.
Oh, the
Dude,
other
you
light
know
went out.
the one thing that was pretty crazy is the king of Thailand actually did come back from his Coke Palace in Germany to get into an F-16 and fly into Cambodian airspace, apparently.
You know, I
Just
don't
to
hate
show
the
that he's the
look
king.
without the light, if I'm being
That's
honest.
fair. It's on.
That red pops.
Yeah.
That's sexy.
For you guys, yeah. For me, it's
Maybe we just light him from now on.
I like
it's
it.
pretty dark.
We'll have to figure out the hat thing.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
You don't have to see my eyes.
You
I'll
just
have
see
to
the
check it out.
smolder.
Darkness.
Yeah, Kevin just looks
Whoa.
fucking
Whoa.
terrible.
Right? I aged
We'll
terribly.
keep lighting you. We're gonna stop lighting this.
I
All
got
right.
2 lights now.
I think we're done. Our equipment is just failing across the board at this point.
Computers having issues. Equipment saying no.
Cameron, you got anything you want to close with?
I might have gotten through this entire episode without saying something that might have gotten us banned.
Nice try.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll know as soon as I hang up the phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, things are good, man. It's a holiday in Cambodia. Make sure you pack the wife. And yeah, we'll look forward to next week. There should be some fun stuff. I had some other things to talk about, but I'll bring them down next week. I need to remember not to be an idiot and write things down.
All right.
Good luck with that.
Who's gonna take us out?
You are. You guys look better than I do over here. I look like I aged 40 years.
All right. Anyone's in the chat?
Take us out, Governor.
Obviously, thanks for watching. Not the governor yet.
Governor Lane.
You will be.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
No, we got to change that. That's terrible.
No, stay in your lane.
All right. Thanks for watching. If you liked what we did, YouTube stuff, see you next time.
Bye-bye.